Hi, this is Neil of Team Teacher, teaching, living and raising a family in China. Today we're looking at a St. George's Day PowerPoint lesson. Let's check it out. So this is the lesson we put together for St. George's Day, which is the English National Day. So it covers two parts, basically about England and also the story of St. George and the dragon. So first part, we've got England and the little national anthem take. And then we kind of go into a little bit of detail about what we mean by England, because it can be a bit confusing for non-native English speakers and people that aren't from England. So first we have that it's the British Isles, basically as the name of the island. And then we talk about the UK, which is often referred to as Britain, but like we said, that's the island. And the UK is a collection of different countries under a kingdom. But we do call the people from the UK British. Very straightforward. So when we talk about England, we specify that on the map in red that this is England and that people from England are English, but they are also British because they do reside on the British Isles, and that the rose is the symbol of England and the capital is London. If I'm teaching very low-level classes, I'm going to briefly go over this and just have them repeat a couple of the simple words like English and British, and try and refer that back to their language and their customs, you know, that they're Chinese and they're from China, and also see what the capital of China is, and if they have a symbol for China in flowers. Then we go into the story of George and the dragon, and this story is a very simple story, and I've reduced the amount of text down, so it's very simple. But what I do is I do actually pre-teach some vocabulary, so I'll have them repeat and, you know, try and elicit some information, what they might know about a knight and stuff like that. Same for dragon, same for princess. And this, although there is a lot of new vocabulary in the story, I'm actually focusing on this pre-teaching this vocabulary, because this vocabulary I'm going to ask them about later with some questions. So what I will do is I will generally narrate the actual story and all the stuff that's in the gold bar at the top. But whenever there is text from a person, I'll try and have them read along with that, and they can be the people. You'll notice I use a lot of animated GIFs and, you know, like, and lots of animation. So I'm just trying to keep their attention. I want to keep them hooked on this story. And you'll notice that it's quite repetitive as well, because, you know, once they have heard me narrate and they know the sentence, they'll often try and repeat and go along with that as well. It's good to reinforce certain sentence structures and certain languages whenever you possibly can. So that's the story. We've gone over the story, and what I actually have is I actually have animated that story myself, and I'll put a link below this video, and I will actually show the story again, but the animated version that I made, so it kind of reinforces the story that we've just gone over, and they get to kind of follow it along and read along if they so want. But then after that, watching that video and breaking up that portion of the lesson, we'll then go to playing a game and basically asking questions, seeing if they can decide and recall the actual vocabulary that we've covered. It's also pretty funny if they get the wrong question, wrong answer as well. So we go through all the key vocabulary that I was looking to cover, and then at the end, it really depends on what I'm actually doing this lesson for. Is it that I'm actually covering the National Day and I'm really trying to actually convey some information about England and trying to get them to retain that, then I'll probably do some activities after this PowerPoint that involve maybe creating their own dragon or their own knight or their own national flower or something like that, where they have to draw it out or color it in depending on their levels, and then they can we'll have some presenting and get them to tell the class about their particular dragon, knight or national flower or something like that. But if it's just like basically a filler lesson, then I'll probably just kind of play a longer form video of the George and the Dragon story that you can find online. There's a couple of different ones that are great. I do highly recommend the British Council one. I find that one to be very good and very interesting. And I might even show a part of the Disney movie Sword in the Stone, as well, as that kind of relates to kind of British or English culture or something like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Bye bye.